Hey guys, welcome to the latest edition of the Muir Reflection. John from the John Muir Show here, and you might remember that several weeks ago we brought you reports that certain U.S. senators had been accused of insider trading. It was reported that some of these senators had sat in committee meetings where it was being discussed that the China virus was going to have a massive negative effect on the U.S. economy, a massive negative effect on the U.S. stock market. And then after sitting in those hearings, you had these senators and or their loved ones dumping off various stocks that they had held. So now we have updates in at least two of those cases. In the case of Dianne Feinstein, who is the top Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee, it's being reported that federal investigators have spoken with Ms. Feinstein in recent days. And it's being reported that Feinstein continues to deny any involvement in the selling off of these stocks prior to the China virus having hit and the stock market having been negatively impacted. Feinstein saying she had nothing to do with it. It was all her husband's doing. In the case of Richard Burr, who is the top Republican, the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, he has stepped down, at least temporarily, as the chair of the Senate Intel Committee due to the ongoing investigation into his selling off of stocks. And, of course, it remains to be seen what is going to happen in these cases, in the case of Dianne Feinstein, in the case of Richard Burr, in the case of the couple of other U.S. senators who have been accused of doing something similar. It remains to be seen. What is going to happen? Are these individuals going to have been found as, yes, it's proven they did engage in insider trading, or is it going to come back that there's no evidence they engaged in insider trading? We don't know how it's going to turn out in these various cases. And as the John Muir Show always states, it is innocent until proven guilty, both inside and outside a courtroom for U.S. citizens. So this show is not here to pass judgment to Dianne Feinstein, Richard Burr, these other individuals. We'll wait for all of the facts to come out in these cases. But if it does turn out that you had these U.S. senators, any of them, engaging in insider trading, putting their own interests ahead of the rule of law, well, then they absolutely must be held to account for what it is they're doing. There is no reason that any senator who is confirmed to have engaged in insider trading should remain on Capitol Hill, should remain in the U.S. Senate. And if it is proven that these crimes have been committed, they should face criminal consequences for what they've done. Anyone who engaged in these crimes, including members of the U.S. Senate, should be held to full and proper account for what they've done. Once again, it doesn't matter what your title is. It doesn't matter what your partisan politics are. If you're a U.S. citizen, you cannot get away with breaking the law. All U.S. citizens must be held to one standard of justice. It doesn't matter if they're powerful or not powerful. Doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. None of that matters. All U.S. citizens must be held to the same standard. That includes people like Dianne Feinstein, Richard Burr. So if it does come back that they're proven to have committed crimes, they must not be getting any pass for it. They must be punished to the fullest extent of the law for what they've done. And of course, we will continue to follow this case on the John Muir Show. It's all the time that we have for today and for this week. Have the best of weekends. The John Muir Show back on Monday and each and every weekday, 8:40 a.m. on WTAQ, 9 a.m. on WSAU and WHBL. Till next time, I'm out.